Alright, so in this video I'm going to make myself a really interesting and delicious pre-workout elixir. So in the blender I already have about 16 ounces of a tea that I put together with reishi and hoshiwu and a few other jing herbs. It's in there. So the next ingredient that I'm going to add, just for fun, a little flavor, is just a couple ounces of hemp milk, mainly because I have it and I need to use it, so I'm just throwing it in. I was just in a bind and needed to make a drink really quick and didn't really have much time, didn't have anything prepared, so this is why I bought it. Don't usually use it, but it can be fun to add from time to time. So next ingredient I'm going to add is, of course, some soaked chia seeds, just to give the drink body and some sustenance and some soluble fibers to help really thicken the drink up so that it'll keep me feeling full for a long period of time, and also the soluble fibers will swell up in my intestine and in my stomach and help to time release all these nutrients so I don't just get a big blast of everything right off the bat and then have a big crash, shortly thereafter, which is very important for those of us who are going to be working out, for an hour or two and need sustained energy. So the next is going to be about a tablespoon of vanilla powder, which smells absolutely incredible. Next is an ingredient that is very delicious and very exciting and very powerful, and that is pine pollen, and this is from Surthrival, and it's not actually out yet, but it will be soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I'll be doing more videos on this substance in the future as I play with it more, but I can say just from playing with it for about a week, it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to put in, what was that? I don't know, maybe like a tablespoon of the pine, I don't know, maybe more, yeah. And this stuff is incredibly delicious. It kind of just tastes like you're eating a pine tree, just the essence of it, because that's essentially what this is. It's the sperm of a pine tree. It's a really fascinating substance, really fascinating subject, which we'll explore more in the future. So next, to of course sweeten the drink, I'm going to add a little bit of stevia, just a little teaspoon of just green stevia powder. And next, something I've been really into, which is rice protein, sprouted of course. And this is a big 5-pound bag that I got online for $30 or $35. And I'm going to use 2 huge, 3 scoops of the rice protein, and that'll be close to 50, 60 grams in one drink, which is something I've been trying to do a lot lately. After being so protein deficient for so many years, for hardly eating any protein and thinking that I can just eat like a bowl of lentils or have a little bit of maca or something like that and think that's going to be enough protein for me, finally found out that it wasn't, and have lately been just upping the protein intake for myself and feeling way better. Totally moved out of the whole like blood sugar ups and downs and just something that's much more even keel, and finally realized and accepted that my metabolism doesn't really vibe well with a lot of carbohydrates. But that's just me, that's just my metabolism. Yours might be different, and it's important to actually experiment and find out for yourself what works for you. So next ingredient is going to be just a spoon of Dandy Blend. And I've been using the Dandy Blends for about a month just because I pretty much got tired of cacao. After doing cacao for so long, I started to get dark circles under my eyes, which have pretty much gone away since I've stopped using it regularly. And I just feel better from taking a break from it. And I just realized that it really wasn't working for me anymore. And then I was just kind of habituated or stuck on making the same kinds of drinks and using it. And granted, I wasn't using that much and it wasn't like over the top, but if you do anything too much, especially something that's a stimulant, it can start to have derogatory effects. So that's why I'm just not really doing it right now. And to give you some context, it's not like I did it every day for a month or 2 months, but it's been years. It's been a couple of years of consistent, regular usage, sometimes just in very high quantities, which just a lesson that I learned, an experience that I went through, and now I'm just trying new things and finding better things that work for me right now. So for those of you who want to make drinks that have that kind of chocolate flavor, that dark, rich bitterness, Dandy Blend is good. If I had some roasted maca right now, I'd probably add that too, just to round out that flavor. But it's definitely something to keep in mind. And then next I'm going to add about a spoonful of coconut oil, because all of the protein in here and all of the fat that's in here is something that's going to be able to fuel me for hours. Meaning I could probably sip on this and be good till dinner tonight if I wanted to be, and if I wasn't working out and really breaking my body down and burning a lot of calories, it could last a long time. But that's because proteins and fats are much slower burning fuel than honey or carbohydrates. So after doing no sugar for about a month or so, I've just started adding just like a little half teaspoon of honey to my drink, just to give it some blood sugar, just to give me an immediate kind of pickup in energy. Because the protein and the fat's going to take a little bit longer to burn. So I put in a little bit of sugar so I get a little bit of a blood sugar lift, and it'll just get me going and get me started on my workout. So that is my drink, and I'm going to blend this up, and I'll be back to let you know. Okay, so here I am with my finished product. As you can see, it's a nice frothy golden brown tan color from the black tea, from the Dandy Blend, from the vanilla, and from all the other powders that are in there. Flavor-wise, it's really creamy and a lot of vanilla, and it just tastes like cookies and cream almost, because there's the richness and the darkness and the bitterness from the Dandy Blend and from the tea. And I probably should have added a little bit of reishi powder in here to kind of round it out, but I just didn't have it out with me right now. And there's a slight floral edge, a slight pollen edge from the pine pollen that's just delicious. So this drink is going to be really fulfilling and fueling for me for probably the next few hours, and it's something that's really working for me right now, meaning the high protein content of this drink is something that I've been doing once or twice a day the last month or so, just to really rebuild my body and to feel a lot better. And I can say that from doing more and more protein, I feel better than I have in a long time, and it's working for me right now. So it might be something that you want to experiment with. Instead of just having your 1 scoop of the protein powder you add, because that's what the jar says, add 4, add 5, add 6, and then see how much fuel you can get from one drink, and see how far you can really stretch one elixir, and see how that works for you, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your activity level, your metabolism, all those things. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.